The latest. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. Our all in all, the Savior, the Protector, the Unifier, the Messiah, the King of Kings, the most loved, General, Colonel, Assimi, Goita. Powerful speech. We know our all in all have a very good heart towards us. These people are doing everything possible to see us forward. They are doing everything possible for us to know where we are coming from and where we are going. These are leaders who sacrifice their lives to make sure you and I have the freedom that we are looking for. Like we have been deceived for a very long time, that we are free, because every year we have Independence Whatsoever Day, that we go and parade and sing and dance and waste resources. Our all in all has decided to build a memorial house for our servicemen, the brave warriors who sacrificed their lives in the fight for freedom. Those who sacrifice to see that today, tomorrow, and the future to come, and the next generations to come will live to enjoy. Because somebody in a point in time have to do something to set us free. And that is why our parents can always starve themselves just to give the food to the children. This is what Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso are doing. Assimi Goita has also come out to tell us there are people who sacrifice their lives for us. And for that reason, we have to get them a place that one day and every day for the future to come, we will always go there to remember them. We will always remember everything that they have done for us. This is beautiful. They gave very emotional speech.
They methodically destroyed the value systems of the conquered countries, reshaped their education system, revised their history. The result is alienation of culture and identity. In effects, will continue to be felt for generations to come. We're still seeing the facts today in Africa, with a partially uprooted youth and complex leaders, that they are villains who defend the interests of the colonists to the detriment of their own brothers.
Through your role as an interface, you have managed with determination and in accordance with political orientations to contribute to the coherence of the decision-making process, highlighting the crucial role of the mayor in the planning and arrangement of operations. I have a thought for all the victims of terrorism, as well as the soldiers who fell in the line of duty. Their sacrifice and commitment will forever remain a source of inspiration for future generations. To those who are displaced, to the hostages, to the bereaved families, our active solidarity and our unwavering support continue towards them. In a constantly evolving geopolitical context, it is imperative to adapt our strategies and strengthen our posture to face threats, both internal and external. It is in this spirit that we have worked with our brothers in arms from Burkina Faso and Niger to establish a unified force within the Confederation of Sahel States, AIS. I commend in this regard. Your personal commitment is that of the entire chain of command, but above all, the fighting spirit of the men, a true lever of our operations. The operational success you achieve on the various fronts restores hope to the populations and at the same time strengthens the armed forces nation bonds. I encourage you to persevere in this path. The only guarantee to further earn the trust of the Malian people whose sacrifice in favor of the army must match its stature. This year, 2025, we wish it to be a year of peace and prosperity for Mali and the other members of the AIS. It presents itself as a year of great challenges. In this process of pooling energies and resources, I urge you, alongside your brothers in arms from Burkina Faso and Niger, to accelerate the operational planning procedures while prioritizing a comprehensive approach to resolving the crisis our states are facing.
To the enemies of Mali, you have been warned. The Malian armed forces will stay the course for a secured confederation.
During the presentation of the memorial project dedicated to fallen soldiers. During his speech, the minister returned to the subject on the historical aspects of our defense system and current challenges. In the Salle des Banquiers at Kuluba on Thursday, January 16, 2025, Lieutenant General Sudio Camara, Minister of Defense and Veterans, is about to deliver a historic speech to the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, military leaders, presidents of institutions and other members of the government. Once at the lectern, General Camara enters into communion with his audience through silence. In his speech, he must appeal not only to the intelligence of the heart, but also to the soul of the audience, and through half of the audio-visual medium to the Malian people, a nation that can't remember where it came from. Can't pretend to know. No set direction. It is vulnerable to predators, manipulators and profiteers. Certain powers, having understood this principle long ago, have taken advantage of it to dominate the peoples of the world. They had time, applying it in Africa, starting with the period of slavery, by perfecting it under colonization, and by exploiting it during the neo-colonial period that followed independence. They methodically destroyed the value systems of the conquered countries, reshaped their education system, revised their history. The result is alienation of culture and identity. In effects, will continue to be felt for generations to come. We're still seeing the facts today in Africa, with a partially uprooted youth and complex leaders, that they are villains who defend the interests of the colonists to the detriment of their own brothers. Fortunately, the Almighty has given every human being a shred of judgment, intelligence, and dignity. So, every civilization and every generation has personalities capable of resistance in the air, whose lucidity and courage give them the ability to mobilize their people, to enlighten them, and to open the door to truth and honor for them, to help its defenders of justice in their task of awakening consciences. This is often a priestly task. God helps them by pushing the dominant into an excess of arrogance that exasperates even their most submissive subjects. So, the message of liberation is clearer, more concise. The refreshing wind of dignity blows stronger on oppressed peoples. We are Malians living through this particularly tumultuous period. After 15 years of humiliation, we are proud and happy to contribute to the rebirth of Mali's dignity and honor. History has decided to withdraw its trust in usurpers. LG is using the Malian people. Did you wake up before others? To be at the forefront of this generational battle. The lamentable words of a French head of state in full decomposition. Only accelerate and amplify the message from Mali authorities and IS. I present the transition. Head of State, Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces. We must remember that nothing can be taken for granted in the face of such adversity. We must remember that freedom and dignity cannot be given, they must be snatched away, and we must be prepared to pay the price. We must remember that the time of value is here. Bravo to you from our ancestors. The villain of the Glorious Act era and the oblivion of their sacrifice. We're inexorably heading for a new cycle of slavery and domination. That's why your decision to build for our generation and all those to come. A memorial to immortalize the sacrifices of Mali's visionary warriors. Is a vital contribution to safeguarding our memory, our dignity, our collective conscience, our sovereignty, and our honor. It is therefore with deep emotion that we gather here today to mark the launch of the immemorial building dedicated to our fallen soldiers, which will be erected in Cathy, the garrison town that saw so many of our soldiers enlist and die to protect our freedom and sovereignty. Thanks to this building, which will become emblematic and take pride of place in the cycle of national celebrations. There would be no more misfortune, the legacy of the warrior seers that made us what we are today. This solemn moment is a token of our gratitude to those who sacrificed their lives to defend our freedom, our sovereignty and dignity. In their honor, I respectfully ask you to observe a moment of contemplation. Thank you.
And their message to those of you who have allowed yourself to team up with the oppressor to go and destabilize Mali, that you should be ready. They are coming for you. Those of you who are still under the table and do not want freedom. Those of you who are happy in bondage, in slavery. Some of you, no wonder these people said, Africans, we don't even want freedom now. We don't want freedom. No wonder the oppressor do not want to give us the freedom, because every leader that rose in Africa to fight for freedom, it is we ourselves that these people always use YOLO Popo against the ones that are giving us freedom. And when we are done, we'll go and sit there and be crying. We want freedom. We want to be respected. How? Have you ever sat down to ask yourself if you can manipulate any of the YOLO Popo against the other? It is never possible. Even in their meetings, they don't even regard you. They don't call you around anything that they do. But whatsoever that they want, they get it very easy and cheaply from you, because you yourselves do not know what freedom is all about. And the people that have understood what freedom is all about, and they are fighting to give us the freedom. The same people who are not ready for freedom are the ones that will go for this chicken change. Why would these people respect you or regard you when you have gold and you rather exchange it with pen, ink, and paper? It is not possible. Nobody will regard you now. You know how they will always look at you. So that you should be ready. You should be aware that Mali is prepared. Those people you've kidnapped, those of you who have allowed yourselves to be the hindrance to the progress of Africa. That as much as we are trying our best to rise up and fight the injustice that you always go and sit in your Sundays and be saying and be preaching and doing nothing. And others have seen that their talking wouldn't help you now. So let us put something in order. And when they have decided to do it, you those who want to be singers will now go and team up with these same people to come and be destabilizing them. That you should be ready. Prepare, because they will never allow you. They are ready to fight for their own freedom. They are tired of oppression. We the blacks are not on this earth. We that everything came out of us do not come here to be servants, to be second-class people to others, because there is no one that is better than the African. There is no one that is better than us in any way. So those of you who have risen to fight against Africa and you are in the guise of the black skin, that you should be ready. Get ready for the Malians. They are coming. Malians are warriors, and our brothers who are also kidnapped are all in all is also saying they will do everything possible to get you out of the hands of these people. And wherever you are, we hope that you are safe. And our brothers who also lost their lives during this fight for freedom, we say, may your souls rest in peace. And as we are fighting for this, we know that nothing will be easy. Like Captain Ibrahim Traore made it clear to us, that there are a lot of things that we will go through in this fight. We must stand strong and we will keep moving. Every little way we can support our leaders and our soldiers, everybody must come on board, team up, and let's support them. Who has done this to us? Why do we have to allow these people to be manipulating us for their own gain? Why do we have to allow ourselves to be used against our own selves? Because of our natural resources, we have sacrificed our lives and vow to support the oppressor, to keep us in bondage. Just because the few of you who have got in touch with them have taken something from them, you think that's okay? How on earth that even to date, we are still loving slavery? We still do not know what freedom is all about. Because if you do, we will never, ever rise up against our brothers for the benefit of Yellow Popo. We have to stop lying to ourselves as a people and unite. The whole world, Africans are the only ones that are not regarded, because we don't know what unity is, because we do not have unity, because we don't love freedom. We don't even know what freedom is to talk of loving it, because if we do, we wouldn't be fighting ourselves. We wouldn't be fighting the people that are doing everything possible to set us free from oppression. Have we ever sat down to ask ourselves, why is it that the African is not valued worldwide? Because of the attitude of the people. They know they can easily buy you with ink and paper. You have all the resources, yet you allow people to use you. Our brave soldiers, we say we love you, we cherish you, and we adore you for sacrificing everything of yours to give us the freedom that we are looking for. May the ancestors always protect and guide you. And General Assimi Goita, may you have all the wisdom from the ancestors to do everything to safeguard us. We say, may the ancestors always protect all of you that are fighting this battle of freedom. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So decolonize yourselves from mental slavery. Please, let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters together who make Africa great. I love you all, my family. So that's the latest around the world, in Africa, West Africa, and in Mali.